I'm Champ Smith. Welcome to a brand new video. So today we're going to do some strength training. I just stepped on my dog. It's kind of cool. We got a new pup. He's an Australian Shepherd. We got him for a really good deal. So today we're going to do some legs, and my favorite leg exercise is squats. So what I do is I load the bar with 135, just start squatting. Felt really good, got the blood running, the muscle warm. Then I go up 20 pounds. So from 135, jump to 155, then to 185, and then 205, 225, and then I start making big jumps to 245, and then all the way up to 315. So that's the way I train it. I like to strength train. So my new program, what I'm going to try to do is go 265 for 5 sets of 5. And what that's going to do is work on specifically strength. And then after that, I'll drop it down to 225 and do some volume work, sets of 8, about probably 3 to 4 sets of 8. Because, well, my cat and dog just killed each other right there. But just because I need some more volume. You need volume in your workout for your muscles to grow. Strength, low reps, high intensity will build the most muscle. We know 1 to 5 reps is kind of the optimum range that you want if you want to build strength. If you want to build big muscles, then your rep range needs to be anywhere from 6 to 12 is what the science actually shows. And if you want to go for endurance, the rep range needs to be higher, from 12 to 20. So my program, I'm trying to build muscle and strength at the same time. So what I need to do is incorporate more volume into my strength training program. Often I find myself to where I'll spend an hour doing a compound exercise. It may take me 30 minutes to get warmed up, and then it may take me 30 minutes to get done training with my compound exercise, and that's my squat, bench, and deadlift. But what I'm going to have to do is learn how to train quicker. Take less time between sets and try to up the intensity. FIT principle comes into play, which is frequency, intensity, type, and time.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down. I don't wanna let my
265 for 18 reps. We've never went that high in volume. I've never trained this heavy with this rep range. And for me, it feels great because I've been working so hard, and this is showing the improvements right now. My 1 rep max is 300, but I hit 265 for 5. So we're gonna try to crush 300 pretty soon. But safety reasons, a 5 rep max is much more safer than a 1 rep max. Much less risk of injury. I need to get 2 reps, and then we can move on from our strength sets, because we've done 20 reps with 265 for our strength call program today.
I don't wanna be where I am, and I want something more, take a chance. It could be possibly my last dance, my last dance.
Couldn't quite get 4. Got a quarter of the way up and just fell back down. But pretty solid strength training. Now this is the type of training that I find most enjoyable and most satisfying, is 1 to 5 rep range. You set it down, walk away for 5-10 minutes, come back, try to hit it again. Now it's not the most time-saving way to train, but it's my favorite. And whatever way that you find that's your favorite, you need to do it, because that's the one you're going to stick to long term.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be. I don't wanna let myself down, myself down.
Went inside and I read something it shook me to my core. Okay. The leading cause of death in the United States is heart disease. The best way to combat that is diet and exercise. Exercise is so important. I've always had high blood pressure growing up. Just never thought about it. But blood pressure is the silent killer. You really don't check it until you go to the doctor, and they determine if you have hypertension, which is 140/90, I believe. And then hypotension is any blood pressure that's below 120/80, and normal blood pressure is 120/80. You need to keep your heart healthy. That is the most important muscle in your body. And you keep your heart healthy by moving more and eating healthy. There was a man that said, you better treat food like medicine now, or later in life, medicine will be your food. So what we need to do with our training to increase our cardiovascular health and our muscular strength and endurance is set SMART goals. These goals are specific, measurable, achievable, reasonable, and set a time. The hardest part right now for me is my diet. I love eating food. And ghrelin is the hunger hormone. Leptin is the hormone that is released when you're satisfied. So if your ghrelin levels are increased, your hunger is increased. Now, I found out that Oatmeal is a low glycemic food, which it does not cause a spike in blood sugar immediately. It's actually gradual over a couple hours. So for me, my hunger hormones do not release for a few hours after I eat my bowl of oatmeal with some peanut butter and a whey protein shake. That's low glycemic, which means low spike in blood sugar, which causes low levels of ghrelin to be released so I can stay fuller for longer periods of time. And it increases my leptin levels, which I can be more satisfied. Each yolk of an egg contains about 60% of your cholesterol that you need per day. So if you eat 3 egg yolks, which is recommended for hormone production, because if you eat a low-fat diet, your hormones will not produce adequate levels at all. So testosterone and estrogen will crash. So you need cholesterol in your body because it's a precursor to testosterone. It actually helps you produce your hormone that's going to be able to build muscle. I've been doing is taking 3 whole eggs and then 3 to 6 egg whites, and then that will be my meal. I've actually got crazy with it and started mixing, like put beans in a skillet, crack some eggs over it, and just fry it up and put some onions in it. It was actually a really good dish. And there for a long time, for months, I just had some eggs on top of bread. I would have 4 pieces of toast, which were 35 calories a piece. So that would be 140 calories worth of carbohydrates for the meal. I would take 3 eggs, 3 egg whites, and just put them on there, or 4 yolks. It just depends the different day, and put some cheese and some bacon bits. It made for a really good meal. But we're going to start incorporating more eggs in our diet, and we have to get 200 grams of protein in per day. A positive nitrogen balance is when you have more protein in your body than you're burning off, and a negative nitrogen balance is not enough protein in your body. You're actually burning more than you're eating. So a positive nitrogen balance, you can actually gain muscle because you're in an anabolic state. A negative nitrogen balance, you are in a calabolic state, which means breakdown of tissues. If you don't get enough protein in your diet, your body will actually go to your muscles, because that's your reservoir of storage of protein, and take it from your muscles directly and use it for energy. Once you start burning through your adipose tissue, it breaks down fats into glycerol and fatty acids, which makes the triglyceride. On a keto diet, where you're actually taking carbohydrates pretty much just out of your diet, your body is in ketosis, which means it uses fat as a primary source of energy. When you are low carbohydrate, depleted, low glycogen, so let's talk about when you digest a carbohydrate, what happens. So it takes about a couple hours for it to really be absorbed in your body. And each minute you can only absorb 1.2 to 1.5 grams of carbohydrates per minute. Well, those carbohydrates are stored as glycogen in your muscles and liver. Your muscles can only hold about 80 to 110 grams of glycogen, and then your liver can hold 300 to 600 grams of glycogen. So you can actually have a fair bit of energy just from carbohydrates and your muscle and liver stores. But after that is depleted, your body goes to your fat stores. But it's important to understand that your dietary calories that you eat per day, you have to burn through them before you ever reach your fat reservoir. Because if you're in a calorie surplus and you burn 2,500 but you ate 3,000, you're always going to gain weight. But let's say during the day you burned 2,500 but you ate 2,000, you're in a 500 calorie deficit, so therefore you would lose weight.